Hey guys, it's Jesslynn. Welcome back, or hello if you're new. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my first impressions of a few of the products I got from the PROFUSION line. It's a new brand that is coming in Target soon, or it's new to Target. And then I actually found these products at TJ Maxx. So I got the contour palette, this blush and highlight palette, and then I found two eyeshadow palettes there that look super pretty. I'm going to be using the chocolates one today, I think. And then I also got the Pro Pigment palette, which I think I'm going to be doing a review on later if I end up liking this palette. And yeah, I'm super excited. I hope these work out because it's a super affordable brand. And if you like the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And let's just get right into the video. So we're going to start off with the eyes. Like I said, we're going to be doing the chocolate palette. It comes with a little brush that looks like that. It's double-sided, which actually it's a pretty nice brush. At least it's not, that little sponge applicator that no one ends up using. So I'm going to use this today and see how it works. And then this is the palette. So it's a mix of mattes and shimmers, and it actually comes with 21 shades. And I got this palette for only $7 at TJ Maxx, but I know it retails for only $10. So that's a super good price for 21 shades. And so if this performs well, I think this would be a super good palette. So I'm super excited. I think I'm going to go in with Quest to start out this color right here. Looks super pretty. I hope this is pigmented. So I'm going to go in with this It Cosmetics brush and tap it in. So yeah, it's coming up on the brush. There's not there's not that much dust coming up in the pan either, so that's a good sign. So I'm going to start by just placing this in my crease and start packing the color. Yeah, it's definitely showing up. It looks really pigmented actually. So I'm just going to pack this on my whole crease and then we're going to blend it out in a few seconds. Oh my gosh guys, I'm loving this so far. I'm so glad this is super pigmented. So now to blend this color out, I'm going to go in with Likeable, this shade right here. And I'm just going to go in with a little blending brush, tap that in. This has a little bit more kickback showing up, but nothing crazy. And then I'm just going to take that and start blending out the edges of the blue. And I'm just kind of blending this up and outwards as well. Going all the way into the inner corner. Yeah, this is blending out really nicely already. To deepen up that outer edge, I'm going to go in with Fuse right here. I'm going to be taking this little Morphe pencil brush. And then just starting by stamping it in the outer corner. Wow. Look at that like first little tap. This is actually really pigmented. Oh my gosh. It's literally opaque. So I'm just stamping that in a little V. Now I'm going to blend it out with that same brush we used before. Just lightly wiggling the brush on the edges. I'm actually really impressed by this palette already. The colors are showing up really well, but I've kind of blended, I've kind of lost the vibrancy of that color Quest. So I'm going to go back in with that now with that same little brush, just so I can get the vibrancy and the color back. Because it kind of blended away with the browns. And I really want to be able to see that blue color. It's so pretty. Then going ahead with this brush again and just blending out the edges a little bit. Wow guys, I'm super impressed. I'm loving the pigment. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot I was going to use this brush. Okay, so I'll use this brush for the lid color. I want to go in with a gold. Ooh, but this color is super pretty. This color called Blitz. That color is super pretty, but I'm also liking this color. I think I'm going to go in with this color first, Sunny, in the center. So I'm going to use this side of the brush that came with the palette. I'm not liking this brush already. I'll still see. And then I'm just going to spray my brush real quick. Oh my gosh, this brush, guys. Yeah, this brush is way too stiff. I'm actually going to go in with a different brush real quick because I want to make sure, because even if the brush isn't good, I want to make sure, see if this shadow can perform better with my brush. This is just a normal flat shader brush. It's picking up more color, but I'm not really, I don't know, I'm not really feeling that. So actually now I'm going to go in with my finger and see if that's the best way to apply these shimmers. Because, I mean, it feels really buttery. Okay, this is where I'm getting the pigment now. I definitely recommend just going in with your finger then. Now it's definitely showing up. So I don't know if it was just the brushes I used or what, but it's definitely showing up really well with my finger. So now I'm going to go in with this color Blitz because it looks super pretty and super like kind of glittery. So I'm going to put that in like the inner part right here. I'm probably going to have to go in with a brush too though because it's a smaller part of my eye, but I'm going to start with my finger. Oh, it actually has chunks of glitter in this shadow, which is kind of weird. Maybe I should just put this, yeah, I'm gonna just actually go put this shadow since it has those chunks of glitter. I think this would be prettier just pressed over the gold. So I'm gonna go in and just press this over the gold and see how that looks. This looks super pretty. It just added so much glitter. There's actually little flecks of glitter in the shadow. I hope it doesn't like fall over my face today, but wow, that looks actually super pretty. Now that we have this looking pretty good, I'm going to do the same thing to my other eye and then we can work on the lower lash line. Alright, so now I have both eyes done. Guys, I'm really, really enjoying this palette so far. I'm so excited because it's only $10. It's been super pigmented. The only trouble I have was with this sunny gold shade, and once I did it with my finger, everything was fine. They're blending out great. They're smooth and everything. So I'm really liking that, and I think it's really cool. I've never really seen a shade like this. Like it has little glitter, like golden glitter flecks in it. So I'm really liking that as a little topper shade. And now let's go into the lower lash line. I'm going to try and use as many colors as I can so I can test this out for you because so far I'm really, really liking it. So I think I'm going to go in with this blue shade called Wicked. And I'm just going to be using this small little smudger brush and just go in there. And I'm going to start just on the outer part of my lower lash line and go and work I'm going to start on the outer part of my lower lash line and then work my way into the center, but then stop there. Now with the other side of the brush, I'm just going to go into this color called Throne. This is like a brownish red metallic shade or shimmer shade. And I'm going to go from the center to the inner part of my lower lash line. Now it's looking like this. And then to blend that out, I'm going to use the other side of the brush that came with the palette. And I'm going to go in with this lighter shade called Likeable that we used in the crease as well. And just go underneath it to blend this out. I like to even go up here and just kind of blend everything upwards just so everything looks seamless. I'm going to be honest, I don't really like this brush. It's a little bit rough too. So the brushes are like if you like really would need them, they would work, but they're not my favorite. But the palette has been working so well. So I'm still super impressed. Alrighty, so I just did the same thing to both lower lash lines and I am so impressed by this palette. These two shimmers were really buttery and pigmented as well. So now I'm going to finish off the look with an inner quarter highlight and brow bone highlight. So I usually like to go in with a matte highlight for my brow bone. So I'm going to go into this shade called Sugar. It's super white. Like it's not white, but it's super pale. So that makes me happy because sometimes it's hard in a shade where the lightest shade won't even be paler than my skin tone. So I can't even highlight with it. So this has one highlight shade that would be super light for pale people like me. Then a more yellow toned right here called Gentle that would be better for a deeper skin tone to highlight with as well. So I'm going to go in with this little brush and go in with Sugar and just go right above the brow bone. I like doing this. Wow, that's actually really pigmented. Like it showed up right away. I like doing this just to clean up the look a little bit. I feel like it just makes the look a little bit less messy if you got a little too carried away with blending, just to kind of clean it up. That shade actually really showed up, and that's a lot better than even some of my high-end palettes. Like, I'll be like digging into the light shades. I'm like, please show up. But like that just showed up right away, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so now I'm going to be going in with an inner corner highlight. There's like two that could definitely be for an inner corner highlight. There's Frolic, which is a more golden shade, and Illusion, which is more on the frosty side, kind of has like a pink glow to it, I think. So I think to just time the look though, since we put the gold on the lid, I'm going to go in with this golden shade Frolic. I'm going with my favorite inner corner highlight, the little Morphe brush, and I don't know the name of it, it came in a set. But then I'm just going into this shade and putting it in the inner corner to highlight. Oh my gosh. Every time I put down a shadow, I'm just like impressed by this pigment. This is a $10 palette. Every time I put down a shade, I'm just like, oh my goodness, because they're so pigmented. I can't wait for more. I really even want to go out and get like more eyeshadows right now because this is impressing me so much. I can't wait to use the face products too. This is the finished eyeshadow look. I'm going to throw on some lashes, my Ardell Magnetic Accent Lashes, and then tightline my upper lash line, and we will be right back to finish up the face. Alright, so lashes are on. I'm loving the eyes. I can't say enough good things about that palette. I'm so excited to do a review on the other palette I got, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But now I'm going to go in with this Studio Contour Profusion palette. I actually got this for only $4 at TJ Maxx, and then it's $5 at Target, so a $5 contour palette, that would be really awesome, so I hope this works out. So it looks like this without the little plastic cover. So there is one highlight shade, one sparkly highlight shade, two matte highlight shades, and then three matte contour shades. So I'm going to mix these two first shades together. It's blending out nicely. I was kind of scared it was going to be way too dark for me. But I think mixing those two shades was a better fit. It's kind of a powdery formula, but it is blending out nicely. See how it kind of has like, when you first put it on, it'll like show a little powder, but then you kind of have to, if you press it around, it blends out pretty seamlessly. So this is what it's looking like. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad so far. I think I'm going to go in with a mix of this shade and this shade to contour a little bit since these are cooler toned shades. Alright, so yeah, not terrible, but yeah, probably not my favorite, but for $5, I mean, if you're looking for a contour palette to start off with to see what it would be like, that could be a good option. So now let's try this Blush and Glow palette. This one looks super pretty. They're all shimmers. Oh yeah, it looks like this. So these are kind of like the blushes, but they're super sparkly, so I don't know how that's going to look as just a blush without a blush underneath. I probably would actually use these as blush toppers, but for the video I kind of want to see how they look by themselves. And then these are three gorgeous highlights. This is a deeper one, and then I think they actually have a blush and glow too, but I got the one because this one was lighter. But I think they have a deeper one that's the blush and glow too. And then this was $4 at TJ Maxx and it's $5 on Target. So, yep, these are the highlight shades. This is like a deeper golden, this is a yellowy golden, and then this is a like frosty white highlight. This would be a good one to like mix in, or as an inner corner highlight actually. So I'm going to go in with this little blush brush from It Cosmetics, and I'm just going to mix the two pinky shades. I can see it. It's not really picking up much on camera, but kind of like I said, it's more like I just see like a sheen of like kind of just like sparkles and stuff, like a pink sparkly tone. I don't think this would be a good blush by itself. So I'm going to go grab a blush, and then on this side I'm going to put the blush down and then put this as a blush topper and see how that looks. Alright, so I got my Milani blush in Luminoso. This has a sheen to it. You could probably work good with a matte blush as well. But I'm just going to put this down first and then see what it looks like with that blush as a topper. Because this is giving a lot more pigment so that you can really see your blush. And then you can go over it, and that could be really pretty. Alright, so now that I have my blush on, I'm going to do the same thing, mix these two together, put it on top. Alright, yeah, that's looking a lot prettier. It's just kind of a natural glow to the skin. So I really like that. I'm going to put some of this blush on this side as well. Okay, so now for the highlight shades. Mix these two together, because honestly even these two I think are going to be too dark for me right now. That's really, really, really pretty. I really like that. This is more of like a shimmery highlight than one of those like softer highlights. Like if you don't like where you can actually see kind of like, it's not glitter, it's finely milled glitter. But you definitely, it's not like, it's more of a, it's not really a wet highlight. It's more of a sparkly highlight. But I do like this. It's showing up well. It's super metallic. Yeah, it's more of a metallic highlight. Trying to describe these highlights. On my finger, I'm going to go in with this shade on my nose. Oh no. This is super pigmented and you can totally see it and it's way too dark. Better mix that with some white. Well, that's really pigmented with your finger. Alright, I like that. Just blend it out a little bit. We go in with this shade right here. That's super pretty. Wow, when you do it with your finger, it shows up so much. I'm going to swatch these for you guys just to see, because I feel like these could be really pretty eyeshadows as well. So yeah, these would be pretty as eyeshadows as well, I think. So for $5, I think this is a great palette. I like the highlights, the blushes could be pretty blush toppers, and they're just kind of more of that like sparkly highlight if you're into that. So to finish off the look, I'm just going to go in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in Naked. And then I'll be back to tell you my final thoughts on the products. Alright guys, so this is how the look ended up turning out. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I can't believe that this eyeshadow palette was only $10. Guys, this is only $10. 21 shades, $10. So creamy, so buttery, so pigmented. It totally blew my expectations of the palette. I was really excited because I'd heard good things, but this was, wow, this was really, really great. For the blush and highlight palette, this was pretty good as well. It was more of a sparkly highlight, and it was only $5 at Target.com, so that's really affordable. I was really liking that. As long as you use the blushes as blush toppers. I mean, if you like a really shimmery blush, that would work too, but it's just not as pigmented. It's more of a sheen, so I think it would work really well as blush toppers. And then the contour palette it was alright. It wasn't my favorite, but it definitely did work out. The formula is just a little bit more powdery, so the color kind of blends away a little bit when you're blending, but it wasn't bad, and overall I'm so happy that I found these products and that I tested them out. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on future videos, and I'll see you guys next time.